I hate how they canonically make me broke. What the f? That is nice. Look at that.
Hey, since I keep this channel ad-free, please consider subscribing to my other channel that I'll be moving to in the future. You can also donate to me on Ko-Fi or watch me live on Twitch and check out my live channel. So come follow and subscribe to me there. Links are down in the description. Thank you. Enjoy the video.
Hey, what's up, doggos? Welcome back to another Genshin Impact event reaction. This time being 4.3's Roses and Muskets, which is supposedly about a film festival in Fontaine. And it involves the Kamisato siblings, and Yoimiya's there somehow.
To obviously make up for the fact that poor Yoimiya's been shoved twice, not only into 2 Archon reruns, but also another 2 Kazuha banners.
Anyways, without further ado, let's see the first act of the event. Steambird reports that Fontainians have been in lively spirits lately. At Paimon's suggestion, you come to the festival venue. The reward is this is the most goofy-ass weapon description I've ever read. Malresistance. Attack increased by 12%. But that's not all. It's suddenly nighttime.
Seriously? But, Mr. Morris, I don't understand, sir. How can you only be telling me this now?
Xavier!
I'm afraid that there's nothing really I can do. I'm really facing a crisis. My hands are tied.
You're the film guy that made me film in Inazuman. We're gonna end up saving it somehow.
Oh, why, if it isn't the dear traveler and Paimon. I really didn't expect to bump into you here at this time.
I'm gonna guess there's a different dialogue interaction if you have never encountered him.
I was doing just fine until I received some terrible news
what
just
the
now. The investor I was working with for my upcoming film has fallen upon some hard...
That's Chevreuse.
Is this your first time participating in Fontaine's Fontinalia Film Festival? Then allow me to fill you in. The Fontinalia Festival was established to commemorate the legendary Loch Knights, who went on a quest to search for the Oceanids, and eventually welcomed the Hydro Arconageria.
I don't think she gets it now. It's just like the Windbloom Festival in Mondstadt, and the Lantern Rite in Lilith.
Yes, those are festivals of a similar variety. Who doesn't like a good festival? And just like those of other nations, Fontaine will hold a plethora of events around this time each year. To commemorate the Loch Knights, people will imitate them by putting on special costumes, raising golden cups, and
Cosplay?
going door to door asking for pure water. But a few years ago, Lady Furina started to find the whole idea a little drab, and so decided to change the part about pure water to sweets.
So it's like it's Halloween but without the spooky.
During this time, people may submit films to be evaluated, and the entry with the highest score will be given the Furina Award by the association.
You guys really couldn't have come up with a better name for it. The Furina Award? Trial or treat sounds like blackmail.
The Furina Award! You know, after the
It's just an
Hydro
Oscar
Arcade,
prize.
they coined it. Oh, but who would have guessed there'd be an issue with the funding? How will I ever explain this to Miss Chiori? Not to say all the other actors who traveled all the way here from Inazuman.
Yes, sir. Yes.
The Kamisato siblings. Ayaka wants to take up acting. Chiori Boutique.
Yes, that's her. I asked her to oversee the event's art direction, including the design of the actors' costumes and appearances.
Oh, Paimon remembers now. Navia said that her clothes were designed by Chiori, and Kirara's outfit too.
I mean, hell, Chiori has taste.
Her remarkable designs have led many Fontainians to become very interested in Inazuma.
A little cross-country fashion, yeah?
Chiori is acquainted with all the actors I've invited from Inazuma.
Yeah.
Without her help, I don't think I would have been able to get such an international cast for the film. She really is a kind soul. Why don't the two of you accompany me to the Aquabus station to welcome them? Judging from the time, the Aquabus should be arriving shortly. Chiori will be waiting to meet me there as well.
Yeah. I like how they do this now. The title card rolls on like a shot. Whoa! You see this UI design? Oh god, I love the art style.
Hello, how are you?
There she is. There's Chiori. Hi. Hi. Huh? What the What are those heels?
Miss Chiori?
Your talk with the investor sure went fast. The aqua bus hasn't even arrived yet.
Nice to meet you too, miss.
Oh, and who are they?
Just the people saving this world.
Pleased to meet you.
Either you're just too fancy to give a damn about me, or you're like sleep deprived. Probably the former.
Likewise, we've heard the owner of Chiori Boutique is a skilled seamstress, so it's a real pleasure to finally meet you in person.
Why, thank you. I strove to create an outfit that matched her high social station as the demoiselle.
You nailed it.
So tell me, what happened? I can tell the conversation didn't go quite as expected.
Well, it's like this.
No more funding.
Ugh.
I know, Chiori, you don't have to say it. You did remind me that this investor was a little bit sketchy.
Yes, there's no doubt about that.
Don't be sad, Xavier. We might be able to help scrounge up some more together for you.
Thank you, Paimon, that means a lot to me. But the cost of the film is staggering. I'm afraid that any more we can scrounge together in a short amount of time won't even be able to cover the actors' fees.
Xavier, I literally have 80 million more in my back pocket. What do you mean we don't have enough? The whole of the golden house is in my pockets, okay? I hate how they canonically make me broke. I don't like that. Yeah. Ooh.
Really? Then where do you live?
Oh, she's chatting with Ava.
We Melusines live in Mercy Village. The only way to enter is from underwater.
Oh my god, 2 bright balls of energy.
Oh, you must be pretty tired after work every day, right?
Ayaka.
I mean, you have to swim all that way just to go home.
We are so thoughtful. But some Melusines choose to live in the court of Fontaine because it's so much more convenient.
Ayato.
This is our stop.
Hey.
Oh, we've arrived. But I haven't even finished chatting with Aval yet.
I know, Ava's adorable.
I also enjoyed Aval's introductions to Fontaine along the way. Everything you described was so clear and detailed that we can't help but want to hear more.
Thank you so much. I'm
Aval's
usually
a great
working here
guy.
on the Sakura bus, so I hope I'll have the chance to see you again. There are still many more places I'd like to introduce to you.
That's a cool switch of perspective.
Welcome to the court of Fontaine. Chiori, you sure have changed a lot. This is the first time we've seen you since you left Inazuma. I haven't realized it's been so long. I was in such a rush when I left that I didn't even get to say goodbye.
Thank you for extending the invitation, Mr. Xavier. I'm looking forward to a fruitful trip here in Fontaine.
It's an honor to have the head of the Kamisato clan visit us.
Hi, you three.
So they're who you meant when you said you had actors coming from Inazuma?
Yeah, I like to see Ayato act. What's he gonna do?
It's the Traveler and Paimon.
Wow, what a coincidence! Ayaka and I were just talking about you on the way here. Are you also here for the film?
We just ran into Xavier earlier and came over with him.
But I'm not an actress. Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka are the real actors here. I'm just tagging along with Ayaka to have a good time together.
I thought I would always get the lead role. I'm kind of the main character.
I had been thinking about a surprise reunion with you during our trip here. But you still managed to surprise me first.
I mean, I've seen that outfit already.
Why don't we go to Hotel de Boer and catch up over a meal? I've already made a reservation.
Wow, the buildings in Fontaine are so tall. Just look at how big they are.
Haven't seen anything this fancy, have you?
And there's the fountain that Aval mentioned earlier. It really is a magnificent sight.
A few moments later.
So this is what food from Fontaine is like. It sure is different from what we have in Inazuma. How should I describe it? It seems like you have to go through a lot more steps to make them. And the flavor has many layers too.
They just fancy like that, you know?
Yes. When I first went to Inazuma, I actually thought the food there tasted a little too bland. It took some time for me to get used to it.
Let's get back to the purpose of this trip for a moment.
shall we? How have preparations for the film been coming along, Mr.
We just
Xavier?
lost funding.
I've already assembled most of the film crew, a lighting specialist, a prop manager, and a costume designer. I've also bought the copyrights from the novel's author.
Oh, it's called The Two Musketeers, right? I read the script you sent me on the way here.
The Two
The story
Musketeers.
is pretty good.
Originally, I was planning to start filming as soon as Sir Kamisato and Lady Ayaka arrived in Fontaine, but I'm afraid I've run into a bit of a problem. It has to do with the film's investor, Mr. Morris. He suddenly informed me this morning that he's encountered some financial trouble and will be unable to release to me the amount of
It
funding
ticks me
agreed
off
upon.
so much I can't donate some of my more.
Mr. Xavier, if Ayaka and I were willing to perform for free,
Oh.
would that resolve the problem you are currently facing?
Wow.
What? No, out of the question. To have you come all this way just to act for free? Oh, no, that won't do.
It'd make your life easier. Come on, just
There's no
take,
need to
take
worry,
the
Mr.
offer.
Xavier. Inazuma has only recently reopened its borders and needs to strengthen its relations and cultural ties with other nations. We didn't have many collaboration projects with Fontaine in the past, so we hope this trip would serve as a good start for the future.
You could say that's the real reason why the Yashiro Commission agreed to come to Fontaine.
All right, I'll do as you say. Thank you so much. I'll make sure to cobble together enough mora now, even if it means selling my house, my camera, and every single family heirloom.
It's not that deep, Xavier.
Come on now, no need to go that far. I'll also help you out as a brand sponsor.
We can help too. Just say that you got our contribution from some personal friends.
Me too. Even though I didn't bring much more to spend on this trip, it's still better than nothing.
Aw.
You are too kind, all of you. I
Xavier.
really don't know how to...
Xavier, keep it together. Hold it together.
Ew. All right, enough about that.
Did she say you?
So, instead of Mora, you'll help with filming and production. Pull yourself together, Xavier. Tell us if there are still any open positions left among the crew.
All right. Let me think. We still need a camera operator, a clapper loader, and someone to manage logistics.
Clapper loader?
Paimon knows what the director and the logistics support person do, but what's a clapper loader?
My question exactly.
The clapper loader is responsible for using the clapper board to record and organize the
Oh.
information of each shot when the camera operator
Right.
begins shooting.
That thing.
The work requires both patience
action.
and careful attention to detail.
Got it.
For
Paimon?
sure, Paimon's always wanted to try that.
Alright, Paimon.
All right, then you'll be our clapper loader. I can find someone from the store to help with logistics.
Our little
What
lavender
else,
melon
Xavier?
clapper loader.
As for our camera operator, I was thinking of letting the Traveler take the role.
Oh yeah, thank you.
What do you say, Traveler? Are you interested in the job?
Lights, camera, action.
Thank you. It really means a lot to me. Come on, friend. Let me give you a big warm hug.
I think we better get to work.
So all that's left for us to find is a director and an assistant.
Oh, me. I want to be the director's assistant. All we need to do is help the director, right? I can handle that.
All right, then all we need is a director. Oh, all the well-known directors in Fontaine are probably...
Oh no,
villains
we
these
know
days.
exactly who to
Not sure
ask.
who will have Furina?
Yes, not Furina, Lady Furina.
Isn't that the name of Fontaine's Hydro Archon? My brother has already informed me about what happened here in Fontaine.
Yep, that's her. She helped out a theater troupe not too long ago, and now she's taking up work as a director.
Don't let her former identity intimidate you. She's the best candidate we can think of right now. You'll never know until you give her a shot.
Fine, you're right, Chiori. I'll do anything for the sake of my film. Anything! Then I'll have to ask the Traveler and Paimon to show me the way to Lady Furina's residence. I just hope she'll agree to help.
But we interrupt her eating macaroni.
By the way, you might want to consider bringing a gift.
I recall that Lady Furina once fancied a clockwork ring, so perhaps I should get another exquisite clockwork contraption for her.
Can't we just bring some desserts, like the Fontaine mousse?
Oh, that's what the recipe is for.
Alright then, let's go buy
Too
some
formal.
Fontaine mousse.
But will that really be enough? We'll be asking her to do a lot of work, you know.
You're right.
Let's transition.
We need to further sweeten the deal. We'll need a gift that's sweeter than any dessert in the world.
But what could that be?
Your words of praise.
Oh, alright. I That will work.
We're here! This is where Furina lives.
Okay, I'll go knock on the door.
Coming. Seriously, who's knocking before afternoon tea?
How? Wow. I'm pretty sure it's midday.
Who are you?
Lady Furina,
Furina.
please allow me to introduce myself. I am Xavier, a
Wish you
film
just-
director.
The way she just tilted her head like that.
Oh, is
You're
that
still
the
sleeping.
traveler in Paimon I see behind you? And who's this?
Chiori, fashion designer.
Ah, the one from Chiori Boutique. Hello, hello.
Did you just get up, Furina? It's already past noon, you know.
Paimon, try to be nice, remember? Thank God we can remind Paimon to do that.
Paimon can understand, but this is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick. Surely that's okay.
Not us still pressuring her to do this.
Oh, Paimon's sorry. She totally forgot that you mentioned before that she passed away during childbirth. So
Paimon.
Huh? Oh, Paimon means the weather is so nice in the afternoon and the sun is so warm. Just like how you make us feel. Sleeping in late is a really smart idea.
This is a small gift we've prepared for you, Lady Furina. We hope you like it.
No need to be so formal. I'm just a regular person like everyone else. Is this Fontinalia mousse? It's one of my favorites.
What? Look at her eyes sparkle, jeez.
Given your renowned passion and understanding of drama, I would like to ask that you serve as the director of our film crew.
And she just says, hey, done.
Are the traveler and Paimon also part of the film crew?
Yep, we sure are. Paimon's the clapper loader and she's the camera operator.
I never knew it was called the clapper loader until like today.
Camera operator.
Clapper
That
loader.
can be a pretty technical job, and it directly affects the final quality of the film. Are you really up to it?
I can show you if you like.
All right. How about this? We'll work with what we have. I'll give you some scenarios and see if your work is up to my standards.
Sure, no problem.
Very good. It's essential for the camera operator to understand the director's vision. I'll make my decision after seeing your work. Are you ready? I have high standards, you know.
My uni made me study a lot of camera shot techniques, so I am practically a pro already.
Grab the camera and I'll give you a scenario.
Oh, is this like a little preview to like the movie part of the event? Filming theme directed by Furina. Estelle is the boss of Beaumont Workshop, has always been proud of her forging machine, and can not only precisely control the strength of the temperature, but also takes no effort from the blacksmith. Let us film a promotion of it for her workshop. Remember to emphasize the superiority of her forging machine. Let's see. Hold on. This is actually what I was interested with. Curious how this works. Scene that shows off the Beaumont Workshop. Like that. Shows off the forging machine at work. Random shot of grass. Easy enough. The filming theme directed by Furina. Located in the court of Fontaine, Beaumont Workshop is a workshop place that uses laser forging machine. This machine can precisely control the force of platinum temperature, making it perfect for doing exhaust. The shots are a little bit too fast. Thanks to this machine, the owner of Beaumont Workshop, Estelle, can confidently enjoy each day at work. But worry not, for the weapons produced by Beaumont Workshop are of outstanding quality with exquisite craftsmanship and a keen edge. If weapons are what you want, look no further than Beaumont. Good job to me.
It appears that you have more skill than I thought.
What did I say?
All the shots had a great composition, and I could really feel a connection to the characters and their lines.
Does that mean you agree to be our director, Furina?
Did you think I would agree just like that? After our performance of the Little Oceanid, I've begun to make a name for myself again, you know.
I like that she has her usual sass back again. Means she's doing good for herself.
Well, what about the pay?
Oh. How much we talking?
I can offer you this much.
What? That's all? If Nervulat were to hear of this, he could charge you with underpaying your labor.
My 80 million more is still sitting in my backpack.
I'm sorry,
My 80 mil.
but our crew is in a tight financial spot at the moment.
Well, even though it's highly unlikely now that I'll join your crew, there's still something I'd like to ask. Exactly what film are you planning to make?
The two Musketeers.
Wait, you mean this is spelled
Oh.
thriller novel that was a #1 bestseller?
Was that what you were reading? Hey, easy enough. We got the bait.
It all makes sense now. You must have used most of the budget to pay for the copyright.
Not really. The novel's author transferred the copyright to me practically for free once he heard that I wanted to make a film adaptation of the story. The lack of budget is due to another issue.
It reminds me of a delivery courier who wears one of my designs while traveling all across Tibet. I didn't charge her much for the outfit either. The exposure she provides for my brand is well worth it.
We know who that is.
Ahem. Mr. Xavier, if, hypothetically speaking, I agree to be the director, how much freedom would I have in terms of script revisions and creative interpretation?
Oh, as much freedom as you would need. I wouldn't dare doubt the tastes of Fontaine's greatest star.
Good. Then I'm free to alter the script as I see fit.
Absolutely, no problem.
We're counting on you, director Furina. Now's your chance to make a film that you love.
All right. It seems that your crew really can't go on without my care and
Yeah, we're literally hinging on this, Furina.
So, you agree?
Yes, I agree. I mustn't let a perfectly good story be ruined due to lack of funds. If you have fine cheese and bread, you wouldn't just let it sit on the counter and get moldy just because you lack an oven, right?
I'm still looking at Chiori's heels. They're such a peculiar design. How do you not... Does it balance you out?
Oh, Hydro Archon above! I'm not dreaming, am I? Somebody pinch me.
There's no more Hydro Archon, you know. And it's still a little early to celebrate.
That concept doesn't exist anymore.
Since we'll be filming the 2 Musketeers, we'll need to find an action choreographer. Ideally, a professional who has actual experience with muskets.
Guess what? A stunts coordinator, Chevreuse.
Could we ask the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol? Oh, you mean the Special Patrol's Musketeers? Yes, that's right. They work with muskets every day. I can't think of anyone more qualified than them.
The purple raccoon girl.
I know their captain, Chevreuse.
Wait, Chiori, how do you know the captain of the Special Patrol's Musketeers?
No particular reason. Running a business means dealing with some trouble from time to time, and she's helped me out on a few occasions. In return, I've helped her handle a few situations in which the Special Patrol couldn't get involved directly.
She owes you a favor.
So you're saying there's been times when the Special Patrol needed a fashion designer to handle a situation? Your work is becoming more and more mysterious.
I mean, the better the quality drip you have, the more damage you do. That's like a universal rule, obviously.
Then I'll leave that to you. Macaroni's on sale today, so I've got to go. Just wait until the day of our premiere. You'll witness the true power of my name in these lands.
Yeah, don't doubt it.
I'm so glad I agreed to help. I can guarantee that even the standing tickets will be sold out.
I can't wait to see our film's premiere.
Then let's get going. I happen to know where Chevreuse is today. So is every person in Teyvat who doesn't want money gathered here to shoot this film? Don't tell me Chiori isn't being paid either.
She wanted that moolah. Look, if they made my Traveler wallet canonical, bro, this whole thing wouldn't even happen.
Seems like Go Dog and a boatload of Mora isn't a good nor healthy combination.
All right, this is the place. She's over there. The one with an eye patch reading in front of the newsstand.
Purple? Oh, she has a mole here.
Please wait here for a moment. I'll go fetch her. She's working now, so you might not want to get in her way.
But isn't she just standing there and reading a novel?
Just trust me.
Okay.
Chiori sure is a mysterious person. She claims just to be a fashion designer, but she knows all these powerful people.
Yelan also owns a business, the Tea House. That's definitely serving tea. In the background, she also has her own, like, operatives and shit.
Reading on the job?
Detective novel.
One main character?
No. Multiple. Branching storylines.
What the fuck?
I see. How's the plot coming along?
One of the main characters is about to make a choice that will affect the rest of his life. I'd wager he's going to make the wrong choice.
Any way to speed things up? There's something I need your help with.
You know that doesn't depend on me. It all comes down to what the character chooses.
Which is exactly why I'm here to help.
I see. I was like, why is she just so cryptic? It's a secret operation. She's trying to bust someone for, what, illegal goods?
Alright. It appears he made the wrong choice in the end.
Right. It's not referring to the novel, it's referring to the guy receiving the package.
Halt!
Huh? What's going on?
Hand over whatever you're holding.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's just a book. I didn't buy anything else.
Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind letting me have a look.
Excuse me, officer. I don't mind you standing around here, not purchasing anything, but I'd prefer if you didn't disturb my customers. It's bad for business, you know?
Don't give me that act. You won't be able to get off so easily either.
She really looks like that Pokemon every time I look at her.
I am Chevreuse, captain of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol. I will say this one last time. Hand over whatever you're holding at once. And before you do anything unwise, let me remind you that I'll have you on the ground before you can even think about making a run for it.
All right. I'll give it to you. But please let me say something first. If there's any contraband in that book, then the shopkeeper here is the one who slipped it in. I don't have anything to do with this.
Are you trying to leave me on the hook, huh? You were the one who said you wanted it.
Oh, so there is something.
Save it for the interrogation room.
28 stab wounds.
Take them away, Letelier.
What an interesting way to...
One second you're reading a book and the next you're escorting people away.
She's cool.
Oh, aren't you the traveler who's been all over the papers recently?
Nice.
Chiori,
to
I'm
meet
assuming
you
what
too.
you wanted to ask me about has to do with them, right? Now that Vache has been brought to justice, no new shipments of synth will be made and distributed to sellers. The Fontaine guards have been busy collecting the remaining synth still circulating on the market.
That's what it was. Drug busting.
Thanks to a tip from our reliable source here, this should be the very last batch.
It was actually a drug bust. I was just like, I was gonna bring up like that as a comparison, but shit.
Why didn't you make a move as soon as you had the chance? Were you worried that my intel wasn't accurate?
No, I wanted to see if the shopkeeper would turn himself in first. He made the wrong choice, even though the right choice was right there in front of him. So what do you need me to do? Just be the action choreographer for the actors?
Yeah, exactly.
However, I'm afraid this work will require a bit of your time, since you'll have to be present whenever we're filming. Also, as for the pay...
There's none.
No need to say any more. I'll join.
Oh shit. Okay.
Really? You're willing to help us with our humble film project?
Humble.
Sure, it's no big deal. As I said, we've wrapped up our investigation here, so I don't have any other tasks on my plate for the moment. Besides, I personally really like this novel. I even have the collector's edition at home. Stories where justice prevails over evil never get old for me.
Then we've got a deal?
Yes, I'll see you on set tomorrow.
That was fast. That was easy.
I should tell Lady Furina immediately. Oh, and I must tell the prop manager and lighting technician to get everything ready. We start filming tomorrow!
Calm down, Xavier. The film is going to take more than just a day to finish.
Traveler, Paimon, please stay for a moment. I have something to tell you.
What?
Then I'll take Xavier back. Poor thing. He's so excited that he can't even walk straight anymore. I don't want to spend our first day fishing our producer out of the fountain.
For someone who's like a medium height model, Chiori sounds very...
Have you read The Two Musketeers?
I haven't read it, no.
The story is about a pair of children born into the household of a baron, and their struggle to survive together and take revenge for their mother. They were raised at the baron's estate, where their mother worked as a maid. The two were illegitimate children that the baron had with the maid, so they were never treated well by anyone. One day, upon returning home, they found their mother had been murdered and left dead on the floor. It was quite evident that the culprits were the other members of the baron's household, who never had any kind words to say to them.
That's why there was a gun and... okay.
However, the baron was able to exert his influence and keep the whole thing under wraps. The mother's death was eventually deemed as a suicide, and there was no chance of bringing her murderers to justice. The two siblings decided to flee and someday avenge their mother. Many years later, members of the baron's family suddenly started turning up dead one after the other, all killed by gunshot. A rainbow rose was found on each of the victims' bodies, being the flower that the kid's mother liked best. The baron believed that the mother's soul had come to take vengeance on him, so he lived in fear each day. But it was actually those two siblings who had fled all those years ago. They relied on each other to survive and
Hence,
trained day and night, eventually becoming adept
the
musketeers.
2 musketeers.
They used all of their abilities to collect evidence and clues before executing their plan and exacting revenge on the Baron. Their actions let the truth behind their mother's death be known to all.
That's quite an exhilarating story.
Yep, the Baron got what he deserved for his evil deeds, and justice was able to prevail. It was just the kind of story I enjoy.
Oh, so is that why you were so willing to join our crew, Chevreuse?
You could say it was one of the reasons.
Oh, you mean there were other reasons too?
I've read the reports about you. Whether it was at the trials or when you lent your hand to resolve our nation's crisis, you've shown that you've got a strong sense of justice, as well as a great mind for deductions.
So, what you're implying is there's a case that you need our help with?
Yes, you're as sharp as I expected. It seems you've experienced many similar situations before. There's been a recent murder case involving Muskets. The perpetrator's methods appear to be very similar to what is described in the novel.
Okay, so this is like, right, there's usually the top layer of the event story, and then underneath there's a hidden little plot there. This is gonna be what it's about.
Well, that's all I can disclose about the case today.
Huh? What do you mean?
I hope you all can go back and get some shut-eye. You can decide tomorrow whether or not you'd like to join the investigation with me. Just to make myself clear, this is not an order, nor is it a deal of any kind. It's a request, nothing more. If you two have any interest in the case after we finish filming tomorrow and are willing to assist me, then I would be most grateful.
Sure. Okay.
Oh, how lucky I am to have so many kind-hearted people assisting me.
Yeah, just watch your step now.
Everything I've been through is starting to pay off now. There finally is a light at the end of the tunnel. Ah, I see it now. What lies before me is a whole world of hope.
No, what lies before you is the fountain. I hope you can start seeing clearly, or you'll end up taking a dip in it.
Chiori. They're... Oh. 2 distinguished gentlemen having a chat. Hold on, this should be interesting.
Indeed, Monsieur Neuvillette. I'd very much appreciate hearing your thoughts on everything we just discussed, including my initial proposal and the general direction of our potential cooperation.
Your proposals are reasonable and quite well thought out. Your sincerity and wish for our mutual success was evident in your words, so there's no need to be so modest.
Thank you. So, what's your decision?
If you're asking for my personal opinion, I'm willing to cooperate in full based on my own opinions and my impression of Inazuma's culture. However, Fontaine doesn't run simply based on the feelings of one individual. I'm sure Inazuma must be the same. Everything must be done in accordance with the regulations that are in place.
Yes, of course. I will submit a written proposal outlining the details of our potential cooperation to the Palais Mermonia within a week.
And I look forward to hearing from you.
Here, Yoimiya. Try some conch madeleine.
No, you ordered it, Ayaka, so you should be the first to try.
To be honest, I ordered it for you. You're fond of desserts, aren't you?
Well, in that case, I guess I shouldn't refuse. Let's try some together.
All right.
This is amazing! Oh, the texture is so soft. You can feel the super rich aroma of butter as soon as you take a bite. And the aftertaste is pure bliss.
Great. I'm glad you like it. I enjoyed it too. And I really like the swirly design.
I've heard that it's supposed to look like a barrel conch. I've never actually seen one myself, but now I'm really curious about what it looks like. Hey, Ayaka, when you can find the time, would you like to go search for one underwater with me?
All right. Why don't we go right after this?
Great!
At night?
And that's planned. There are so many places I'd like to visit with you.
Okay.
Day 2.
Basically, Go-Dog feels the need to tell you that Act 2 to 4 was recorded on Christmas.
I'm gonna adjust this, my webcam a little. My magnificent Santa hat is in more of a clear view.
Ayaka! Yoimiya! You're already here!
Good morning. Xavier said yesterday afternoon went well.
Yeah, and how about you, Ayaka? What were you up to yesterday?
Well, they ate at the cafe, didn't they? If I'm gonna be honest, I'm still waiting for the Zhongli and Neuvillette interaction, because I remember seeing the the meme where it's like their idle dialogues when you swap them into the parties. Like,
a walk would be nice.
Thank you for permitting, no, inviting me to join you.
You wouldn't believe what we saw there! 2 mechanical puppets that were dancing together! You've already seen them, right?
the Dirge of Capellia and the Nemesis of Capellius. Yes, I fought them a lot.
Afterwards, we went swimming at the beach! Well, diving, to be exact. It was the first time I ever breathed underwater!
Did they bring swimming outfits?
No.
Where are we going?
At first, I didn't dare to open my mouth. Once I
Flashback.
couldn't hold my breath any longer, I decided to take a big breath in. Turns out the water wasn't as salty as I imagined. It didn't really taste like anything at all.
Skins! Hoyoverse, damn it.
Before I knew it, I was breathing like normal down there. It was an amazing feeling. Ayaka said I was too nervous and needed to loosen my grip. She got used to everything way faster than I did.
So weird. They just went into the water like that?
I knew that the Traveler could do it, so I had no doubt we could do it too.
Yeah, I mean, you
That
resonate
helped me
with
feel at ease as soon as we dove in.
your vision wielders. You can breathe underwater. Oh yeah, you're right. Fuck. This is strike 2, Ayaka. First you freeze your socks off with that dance in Inazuma. Now, don't they have makeup on? Tevet has its own rules, I guess.
The underwater world in Fontaine truly is beautiful. I love seeing the Romaritime flowers blossoming underwater, like little candles lighting up the streets at night.
I guess I'm thinking about it too hard, but like, god damn.
Just wait till Pops and the others hear about this. They probably won't believe a word I say.
Just a whole swimming with a whole Fontainian dress underwater.
Yoimiya was down there for quite a while. It was dark before we finally rode the aquabus back to the city. I figured she'd want to sleep in today.
Speaking of the film, where's everybody else?
We're here.
Oh, Chiori and Chevreuse, there we go.
Please excuse my tardiness. I just finished the Special Patrol's 6-mile morning jog.
Huh.
Wait, 6 miles?
What in the One Punch Man training?
I'm so tired. I heard you all chatting, so I decided to come down.
Furina.
I sure could use
again.
some of that endless energy everyone else has.
Same, honestly.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning. Can someone fetch me a cup of coffee? More milk, hold the sugar.
I just realized it's a whole medium-height girl squad here.
Sure, I'd be happy to do that for you. No, you can't go anywhere. Please, have a seat over here so I can get started on your makeup. Ugh, the last thing I want is coffee stains on my costumes.
I can get the coffee. It's the perfect job for an assistant.
Coffee?
So much energy. Seriously, what's her secret?
Being Pyro. It's like the whole Pyro family is just D-Luke and a bunch of crazed kids.
I spent the whole night reading the novel from cover to cover, marking
Figured.
sections that either need to be omitted or adapted.
You know, at least that makes sense. It's for research.
Here's your coffee, Director Furina.
Don't spill. Okay, good. The camera was shaking. I got a little worried.
The sound of being called director and the aroma of coffee feels almost as refreshing as hearing the birds chirping in the morning.
It seems everyone has managed to arrive on time.
We've reached an agreement with the restaurant owner. We are free to use the second floor to shoot our film.
Every time Chiori just looks so fucking done. Like, girl.
First,
Xavier.
I'd like to introduce our new members. This is our prop manager, Veronique. She'll be in
Veronique.
charge of all the film's props and items. And this is Bono, our lighting technician.
Bono.
He'll be in charge of lighting
Bono.
and illumination to set up each scene's atmosphere.
Okay, alright, we got the crew going.
Please allow
Someone
me to
says the
first
dumbest
express
thing.
my sincerest gratitude to everyone in the crew. When my investor informed me yesterday that he wouldn't be able to provide the funds, I really thought that this was the nail in the coffin for this film. I had no idea that I'd find so many people willing to help me on such short
For free, by the way. For free, free
Thank
of
you.
charge.
Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. Anyway, I would like to make a promise to everyone. that as the producer of this film, I'll
watch
do
movies?
whatever I can to ensure that everything goes as smoothly as possible. This is not just my film. It also embodies the thoughts and feelings of every person here, as well as the endless effort we are about to pour into it. So, without further ado, the two Musketeers will officially begin filming now!
Ooh, yay, oh my god. Yes. I clapped too early, fuck's sake.
All right. Listen up, everyone. The first scene takes place when the two young musketeers are living at the Baron's home, still unaware of all that is about to happen to them. We'll need props and lighting to set the scene. Our lead actors can go get their makeup done, and extras, please take this time to go over your positions.
You know, in that sense, it does make for a good scene. It does look like a giant mansion, you know.
Alright, cameras will start rolling as soon as the set is ready. Let's make a film that'll make some serious waves in Fontaine. Not the kind of waves that drown people. I mean, the good kind of waves.
That's annoying.
Seems like she's still a bit traumatized by that.
Did you really just say that, Paimon? A bit? Huh? How long do you think it's been since... Fiction and reality, inside and outside huh? What? Apparently 500 years is a bit. To you.
So this is what a musket looks like.
Not exactly.
Ayaka has mentioned you to me before. She said that you two were great friends when you were kids.
No talking. I'm thinking about how to do your eyeshadow.
He's just trying to make conversation, Chiori. Jesus.
To achieve a more young and naive look for this scene.
Chiori says shut the fuck up first, then calls Ayato old. For his age, he still looks youthful. Damn it, Chiori.
Are you saying the wrinkles around my eyes are too deep?
You have literally no wrinkles. Ayato, you're fine. It's Chiori being Chiori. Jesus, she's so harsh.
You just have too much of a calculating look in your eyes.
Hey, Yoimiya, do you need a hand?
No, I'm fine. You know, doing the lighting is kind of like designing a fireworks show. It's interesting to imagine what kind of atmosphere the lights will create.
Yeah.
I heard that the Traveler will be operating the camera and Paimon will be the clapper loader, right? Those roles are just perfect for the two of you. I just think that after all your journeys together, you two must have developed a super close bond and just naturally know how to work with each other. If I'm not mistaken, the director will want the cameras rolling as soon as the clapperboard goes clap.
Yeah, that is how it works, no?
Seems like Yoimiya's really getting into it. But she was right. We do have a super close bond, don't we?
If you think more before you say things, Paimon, then yes, I'd gladly acknowledge you as my best companion. But so far in Fontaine, you're doing terrible with that.
So, this is a real musket?
No, it's just a prop weapon.
Not bad. Have you seen a real musket before?
Only in books and newspapers. I made this one based on the relative shape and proportions I saw in reference images. When we're filming, some special gunpowder will be applied around the muzzle, which will help create the flash and smoke effects of a real gun being fired.
A blank.
Also, be sure to rub the muskets with some oil each time before we start shooting. That'll give the impression that the firearms have been well maintained.
You seem to know a lot, Miss Chevreuse. I assume you use these types of firearms on a regular basis?
Yes, I perform routine maintenance on my weapons every day. Just like we as people need to eat and sleep, muskets need to be cleaned and maintained.
I also perform similar care for my sword every day, and familiarize myself with its shape and weight, to the point where it feels like a natural extension of my body.
Yes, this way, our weapons will never betray us in the heat of battle.
Yes, well said.
Stop the rust.
It seems we have the same philosophy on this topic.
Though these props differ from the muskets I use, I can still give you some pointers.
Good. I look forward to your instruction.
First and foremost, never point the weapon at anyone, regardless of whether it's a real or prop weapon or whether you're holding it or it's on the table. This holds for any time when you're not actively engaging an enemy. When aiming the musket, extend your arm so that it's level with your shoulder, and use your eye to look down the weapon's sights.
Like this?
Oh, she's actually... Wait. They just animated the gun onto her pointing animation.
Not bad. Now, try saying your lines.
This is the end of the road for you.
Oh. Still a bit weird though. It's like, it's not like aligned with her hand, but that's cool. Looks badass.
Good. Now turn your body a little. That way, you'll give your enemy less of a target to work with. And relax your shoulders. Here, allow me to demonstrate. This is the end of the road for you.
Yeah, somehow it looks more natural with her animation.
Director Furina, there's something I wish to discuss with you.
Oh? What is it?
Yeah.
Like this?
Yes, much better.
Okay, I don't...
What do you think?
I do see your point. But are you sure you wish to do this?
I believe it would be most fitting.
Well, if you insist. All right, I understand. I have a question for you, Miss Chevreuse. Would you be willing to play the role of a musketeer?
Oh, you double as both the stunt coordinator and an actor.
What?
To clarify,
right?
I would like to turn over my role to Miss Chevreuse.
Oh, why? What are you gonna do then?
But brother...
Don't worry, Ayaka. I actually view this as a good thing. I was becoming troubled trying to set aside some time to speak to the staff at the Palais Mermonia. I would like to have some conversations about the cultural exchange between our two countries. And I've heard that the bureaucratic process here can get rather complicated.
What, so you're not gonna be in the thing now? That's a shame. I know he's also here for diplomatic
I'll be
stuff,
able to focus on my work. Besides, you also know that I'm not really one for public performances.
I want to see that though, you in action.
From a director's point of view,
That's
I
a shame,
also
though.
felt like the relationship between the two musketeers in the original story could be improved. The older brother in the story plays the lead role with his overbearing character, but this causes his character to overshadow that of his sister, and the theme of the two supporting and relying on each other isn't conveyed very well. But if we were to change the siblings to two sisters of a similar age, then that aspect of the story might come through more clearly.
Sisters?
Alright, I'll take the role.
Good. It's decided then. I'll get started on making edits to the script. I have a feeling that our adaptation will be even better than the original story.
Okay.
You're doing a great favor for me, Miss Chevreuse. You have my gratitude.
Let's go, Miss Chevreuse. I look forward to working with you.
Please, just call me Chevreuse.
Seems like you're really going out of your way to solve the problem I was having with your makeup.
Surely you jest, Chiori.
Right.
I assure you that I was mostly motivated by a desire to spend more time on formal business.
Oh, come on. You really think I'd buy that? According to what I've heard from Ayaka, her brother is someone who can juggle 10 different matters at the same time. I'm sure you have other reasons for backing out.
Perhaps. Ayaka always said she wanted to go out and see more of the world, just like the Traveler. But I feel that she needs not only to see other nations, but also to make some different kinds of friends.
Yeah, I mean...
I think it would be harder for her to make new connections with me constantly by her side. I would like to give her some space.
All right, go on. Spoil her some more.
Actors to your positions. We're
All
about
right.
to start shooting the first scene.
Are we gonna do that little filming minigame again?
Go on now. And please take good care of Ayaka.
We shall. No worries.
Yep,
Needed.
don't worry.
You can count on us. Good luck with your work.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing the film when it's finished.
All right. Now that we're all here, let me help set the scene for everyone. The first scene takes place when our two main characters are still living at the Baron's estate. They've been ostracized and verbally abused by others in the household, but they still have no idea why. We want to capture how naive and innocent they are, despite their pain. Chevreuse will be playing the role of the older sister, Tulip, and Ayaka will be the younger sister, Iris. Be sure to get close-ups of the main characters at the right moment. Silence on the set! Lights, camera, action!
Hold on.
Let's go!
She actually used the clapperboard.
Tulip, Mother's been out for quite a while now.
Perhaps she went to pick some flowers on the way home. You know how she loves flowers.
Iris, Tulip! I'm home!
Zoom in for a closer shot with the mother. Zoom out for a wide shot. Wide shot for, like, to see the whole family.
Mother! You were out for so long, we were beginning to worry about you.
Oh, that's cool. It would actually alter the shot composition.
I'm sorry, but I'm back now, safe and sound. Here, I brought your favorite treat. Apple turnovers.
Mother, what are those bruises on your hand?
Zoom in for a close-up on Tulip. Zoom in for a close-up on the mother. On the mother.
Huh? What bruises? Oh, I must have bumped into something while I was working yesterday.
But I didn't notice them this morning.
Then perhaps they're from when I accidentally tripped when I was out just now. By the way, did you have fun playing at home?
Right.
What's the matter, Iris?
Focus on general surroundings.
Well, we've realized that no one really wants to play with us.
They even took Iris's doll and spat at us.
Genshin Impact VAs voicing their characters, voicing another character.
And they even called us names. They said we were...
Shh. It's alright, don't worry. Girls, listen to me.
Pan over all three characters, zoom in for a close-up on each character. Zoom in.
It doesn't matter what anyone says. Don't listen to them.
That looks nice.
No
that looks
one
nice.
can define you with such words. You both have wonderful lives
Choices
ahead
actually
of you.
matter.
Just like your names. You will both blossom like beautiful flowers. Maybe your time to blossom hasn't quite come yet. But one day, you two will bloom more beautifully than anything else. Don't let the soil you're in now ruin your future beauty. Understand? My dear daughters.
And cut! Not bad. The actors' emotions were all on point. Let's keep that take. Also, if our clapper loader could avoid shouting at the start of the scene next time.
Yeah, Paimon.
Oh, got it.
I was a little worried that my nerves would get the better of me. What about you, Chevreuse? I felt fine. The lines weren't too difficult at all. Seems like Furina must have adapted the role nicely.
Everything proceeds with a great pace. Once Furina adjusts some details for satisfaction, you begin to film the second scene.
This scene is when our two characters return home, only to discover their mother has been murdered.
My NPC mother!
Lights! Camera!
No!
Action!
Can
Mother, we're back. Mother? What's wrong, Tulip?
Iris, stay away!
Okay.
Why? What's...
Yeah, she can still see the legs.
Mother! Mother... She's...
Am I not gonna do anything with shot composition this time?
There's poison in this cup.
Holy shit, it's a murder.
I could have sworn I've seen this kind of cup before.
Those aristocrats. They didn't even try to cover up their actions.
Incredible.
Great acting. You go, Ayaka.
Iris, we need to leave this place.
But are we just going to let them get away with this?
We'll have our revenge, I promise you. Just not right now. Come on, let's go.
No, wait. We can't just leave Mother here like this. At least let me leave this rose with her. That's why we went out in the first place. To buy her this flower.
Goodbye, Mother. We'll avenge you. Someday.
And cut!
I mean, I didn't get to adjust any of the shots, but
Beautiful! Great performance!
both Ayaka and Chevreuse.
Oh my, you're so amazing, Ayaka!
Yeah, real tears,
Were those
exactly.
real tears I saw? How did you do it?
I was surprised too.
Thank you for the kind compliments. Actually, as soon as Director Furina said action, I told myself not to think about anything. I just felt the weight of the moment and became the character.
I mean, that's what most people gotta do. You gotta play into the role, right?
Ayaka's performance was amazing. Have I discovered an acting prodigy?
Oh. Furina might call you back for future projects. A full day of filming on okay. Oh, we're done.
How do you feel, Traveler? Is your arm sore from holding the camera all day?
But it was a lot of fun.
Good work, you two.
You too, Chevreuse. You were quite the actress today.
I've read this novel many times before. I have a good grasp of my character's mindset. Anyway, do you remember my request from yesterday?
The investigation.
In the story, the main characters grow up to become 2 musketeers, always using their guns to carry out their revenge. And on each of the victims, they'd place a rainbow rose as a signal that they've returned.
So you mean there are rainbow roses in your case too?
Yes, that's correct. We found rainbow roses just like in the novel.
Oh, that does sound pretty concerning.
That's also plagiarism. If we're only there to assist, then I think I can join the case.
Good. On behalf of Fontaine's Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, thank you for your dedication to justice.
You are welcome. This is the subplot.
There's no time to lose. We should start investigating right away. Follow me. The most valuable intel always comes after nightfall. They are like small, remote islands in the middle of the sea. If you don't stay vigilant, you will pass right by them in the fog. That's how one of my favorite books always puts it, at least.
Right.
Let's start by checking out some workshops that sell mechanical components. If the culprit is making their own weapons, it's very likely that they'll visit those sort of places. Hello. I'd like to know if anyone has purchased some special components lately, and the kind of components that aren't typically used for clockwork toys, but for firearms.
Huh? For firearms? No.
We don't do that here.
I want to know if anyone has come to your shop recently to order some firearm components.
I don't think so.
No? Okay,
Some people have requested that I make some prop guns for the Fontaine Film Festival, but I refused all of those requests.
All right, let's head to Fliv Sandra next.
Huh? Are you sure? People might not be so thrilled to see the captain of the special patrol.
We're literally accompanying her. It'll be fine.
You think so, huh? Then I guess you don't know.
Huh? Know what?
That I grew up in Fliv Sandra.
Oh, did you?
What's all this? Some broken planks and barrels, as well as some liquor bottles?
Even though somebody has purposefully tried to clean them up. These are obviously marks from musket bullets.
Ooh, how do you clean that up?
Someone was here trying to improve their shot. They were using the barrels and bottles for target practice.
Oh.
Anyway, let's go. There might be more to this. Hello, I'd like to ask some questions.
I don't know anything.
We didn't even ask it.
Don't worry, I'm not here to arrest anybody. Here, take this as my guarantee.
Wait, did Paimon just see what she thinks she saw? Is the captain of the special patrol bribing a citizen?
Shh.
Seems you're different from the other guards.
She knows how it works down here, you know.
What do you want to know?
Have you heard anything related to muskets in Fliv Sandra lately? Anything at all?
All I know is that about 2 weeks ago, we started hearing some loud noises at night. So loud that it's been waking me up.
Right, the guy practicing the musket, then.
Please, think about it some more.
She's giving her even more.
I didn't see anything. Maybe she's just giving out some pâté de fruit. So shady, jeez.
No need to be surprised. I grew up here, remember? I know how to get people
Exactly, that's what I said. She knows how to make people talk.
My apologies, I'm all out of sweets. Though I do have some other tempting snacks in my custody. Fries, fried chicken, and even onion rings. But taking care of junk food is my responsibility.
What?
You're better off sticking to your normal, nutritious diet.
Where did you whip that out from?
Now then, it's been a while, Tetro.
Please, just get on with your request.
I want to know if you've heard anybody talking about muskets lately.
One of our men got drunk at dinner about a month ago and lost his gun. 3 days later, it turned up in the corner here.
What's weird about that? He just forgot where he put it, right?
This is Fliv Sandra, my friend. Anything of value left in the tavern won't ever make it to the next day. But that gun turned out to be an exception. Didn't get any new wear and tear on it. And didn't even appear to have been fired. We were quite mystified as to what could have happened.
I suspect it came back because the weapon was already known to the guards.
You mean, a criminal was afraid the Marechaussee Phantom would use the shot marks to track them down? Maybe. But if that's the case, the culprit really took great care to avoid getting caught. I know you grew up here, Chevreuse. Even though you're on good terms with the Spina, you've still been gone too long. Not many people know you here now. And a lot of people don't like the Special Patrol.
I know.
So take my advice and don't show your face too much around here. It's for your own safety.
I'll come and go as I please. and I'm afraid I'll be appearing more often due to my work.
The shapes of the cups are just a hexagon.
Seems like that's all we'll be able to uncover for today.
Paimon feels like we managed to learn a lot more here than up on the surface.
Yes.
In the courts.
Assuming that everything we found is indeed connected to our suspect, then their timeline was probably something like this. A month ago, our suspect found a gun and took it home to disassemble it. Once he'd figured out its mechanics, he brought it back. In the following weeks, he used some parts to create his own makeshift musket and took it to the Fleuve Cendra for target practice. Then, a few days ago, he found his target and carried out the murder. Once the deed was done, he left a rainbow rose on the body, just like the scene in the novel. The deceased was a resident of Fleuve Cendra. It's said that he was a poor, solitary man.
But if we're following the novel, shouldn't the guy have been a nobleman?
Yeah, that's also something I'm trying to figure out. If we are indeed following the novel, and there's a story behind the murder, then this murder should be an act of vengeance. But according to our investigation, the deceased didn't have any enemies. What message is the killer trying to convey? And to whom exactly?
Could they be the novelist?
We've thoroughly investigated that possibility. Not only that, he lacks a credible motive as well. He has a family of his own, and both of his parents are still alive. I've looked into his records. He was adopted at the age of 6, and all the proper procedures were followed. There are also records of him at an orphanage before then.
Right.
In the story, the mother of the 2 Musketeers was murdered after the children turned 10. Of course, he could have changed the children's ages, but I don't want to assume anything without evidence. More importantly, I've also had a chat with him in person. He didn't seem like the kind of person who would pull the trigger to kill a man. How about this? Let's spend the next few days filming with the crew. We can continue the investigation once we're done with the film.
Okay.
I'm sure that given time, new leads will present themselves.
Oh. Huh. Oh shit, Act 2's done already.
What? Never thought that the captain of the security and surveillance patrol could come from the Fleuve Cendra?
I have to say, I'm pretty shocked. I'm sure that wasn't easy.
You mean rising through the ranks? It was a struggle, for sure. But as long as you can distinguish yourself through your accomplishments and skills, you'll eventually be recognized for your worth. If you look at it another way, my life at Fleuve Cendra has actually taught me a lot of valuable skills. Skills like how to barter with criminals or how to think in their shoes. Of course, I'd appreciate it if you could keep this a secret between us.
Oh yeah.
Day 3.
Hey, medium height girl gang. Yeah. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, we skipped a few days.
Good work, everyone. We're looking to wrap with our 2 main ladies today. I can already smell our success.
Wait, what? Aw, I want to control the shot compositions a bit more.
This upcoming scene is the 2 Musketeers' final confrontation with the Baron.
The scene from the live
There'll
stream.
be quite a bit of action, but no choreography beyond what we've already rehearsed. Anyway, get ready. Lights, camera, action!
The view is beautiful tonight. It reminds me of that fateful night 10 years ago. And now that I've said it, I can even make out the faint fragrance of herbal tea in the air.
Enough, villain! It's time that you pay for the death of our mother!
My dear Iris, have you forgotten your manners? How can you speak like this to your own father?
I'd sooner swallow all of my teeth than call you father.
What did I expect? Seems the daughters have turned out to be just as obstinate as their foolish mother.
Oh, screw you.
In this world, mora and status is everything. She thought she could blackmail me using her children and force me to grant her recognition and concessions? Ah, how naive can a woman be?
Mother never asked a single thing of you. All she wished was for us to live a peaceful life, just like the others.
We better get to watch the whole film after this, though.
It was you who personally brewed the poison of prejudice and sent Mother to her death. Compared to that deadly poison, the 2 bullets that will soon pierce through your heart will be like sweet mercy.
The pointing animation again with the gun. Them combining this with the gun still, it looks a bit awkward, but I guess it works.
And that's exactly why I said you're just as naive as her.
It's good enough,
Did
though.
you really think 2 muskets would be enough to defeat me?
I mean, are you bulletproof?
Get them!
Oh, shit.
Tulip! There are too many of them!
For each other, Iris! And Mother will be watching over us, too!
I shot at nothing. Bro, that shot missed harder than my fucking 50-50s. Jesus.
To think I'd lose to my own 2 kids.
Nothing against Furina as the director, but that fight was a little anticlimactic.
We are no children of yours, and we'll never call that place our home.
Then tell me, what did you do all this for?
Revenge.
You lost your mother, and will soon kill your father as well. What will you gain in the end, other than sentences for your crimes?
We will gain our long-awaited justice.
And the Rainbow Rose.
It's over.
No blood because it's a PG-13 plus game.
Finally, it's over.
Finn. Row credits.
So, where will you go now, Tulip?
I'm not too sure, Iris. Maybe somewhere with lots of flowers? After all, Mother always did love going where the blossoms were. What about you?
I want to go visit Mother's grave.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Huh? Tulip, look!
What is it?
It's Mother's favorite. The rainbow rose. Look, it's blooming again.
Hey, yep.
Excellent! That was beyond mesmerizing.
Yeah.
Even I didn't expect this scene to go so well.
Good job, Brand.
And we got it in a single take. All right, everyone. We've got a wrap for Tulip and Iris.
Congratulations, Ayaka and Chevreuse!
Thank you. I didn't expect our parts to wrap so quickly. I wish I could savor the experience for just a bit longer.
You were great too, Chevreuse. The way you said, long-awaited justice. It gave Paimon chills!
That is indeed my favorite line in the whole book. I still remember trying to act it out in my room the first few times I read it.
Captain, I have something urgent to report.
Please excuse me, everyone. I'll be back in just a moment.
Oh? Was she whisked away by work already? I was just about to tell her how great she did. I actually came over to let everyone know that we're all done for today. You can go home and get some rest.
Let's go.
And one last thing, Miss Ayaka. Your acting skills today were immaculate as always. Are you sure you won't consider taking a full-time
See,
acting?
I knew she was gonna ask this.
Thank you for your kind words, Director Furina. Unfortunately, there are still many matters that I have to take care of back home at the Yashiro Commission. I cannot remain in Fontaine to pursue an acting
Maybe
career.
when you have free time.
I believe it's also about time for me to take my leave. But hopefully I'll see you on set over the next few days. See you tomorrow, Traveler and Paimon.
Bye.
See you tomorrow!
Yeah.
Traveler, Paimon, please come with me.
Oh, alright.
Huh?
Got it.
Where are we going?
You could say that our ship has finally chanced upon one of those small, remote islands of intel.
Wow, okay, they got rid of all the filming equipment already. Fontaine people sure do not take breaks, either from work or from depression. Okay.
Have you ever heard of someone by the name of Emily?
Oh, you mean that famous perfumer?
She's a good friend of mine. She's lent me her aid several times in the past to resolve some difficult cases. After I discovered the rainbow rose at the scene of the murder, I sent it to her. After all, she's probably the foremost expert on flowers and scents in all of Fontaine. According to Emily, the rainbow rose left by the killer was derived from a very rare cultivar. And after we checked what we learned against some sales records from the past, we discovered that there's only one person in all of Fontaine who could grow and sell this specific cultivar. It's the novelist. To be clear, I haven't changed my mind about him. I still don't think he was the one who pulled the trigger. However, that doesn't mean the true culprit never visited him at his home or never purchased a rainbow rose from his garden. Whatever the case, we will have to confirm a number of things with him.
Okay.
So you mean the next place we need to go is...
The novelist's house.
Yes, we're going to pay him a visit at his home.
There are so many Gardamex stationed around the place. That's pretty unusual, right?
According to what he told me last time we spoke, he hired them so he won't be harassed or disturbed.
That's one way to fend off criticism. You know what? Honestly, this is smart. They're putting them and like a little example of the minigame into the story itself. That's nice. Booyah. Okay, if I'm gonna be honest, if the mech you hired gets shot once and literally does not react, instead, like, do this, and dies in 2 shots, dude, you're getting scammed.
I'll go knock on the door and make sure it's safe inside. Once we're sure that we're in the clear, I'll ask him to come with us for a quick round of questioning at the guard's headquarters.
But if he wasn't involved, we kinda just destroyed his shit.
Excuse me, Mr. Baptiste, are you home?
Oh, it's you, Officer Chevreuse.
Would you mind accompanying me to the guard's headquarters, Mr. Baptiste? We would like to ask you some questions about a case.
Oh, is it still regarding the murder case from before?
I cannot confirm or deny that at this time.
So it is then.
Listen, I need you to come with me, Mr.
Quite
Baptiste.
the walk, though.
Miss Chevreuse, I'll save you the trouble. Oh, and you two over there? There's no need for you to pick my flowers either.
Whoopsies.
It's not time for them to bloom.
Well, your eyes are sharp.
By saving me the trouble, you mean?
I will confess, I was the killer.
The fuck? What do you mean you're the killer? You gave an alibi. Is he being forced?
Huh?
Please relax, everyone. I'm not armed. The musket you're looking for has been buried in my backyard.
Then it's my responsibility to inform you, Mr. Baptiste, that everything you say right now will be used as evidence for the inevitable trial.
Yes, I am perfectly aware of that.
I must say, I hate this feeling.
Is it because I confessed? Or because you've been proven wrong?
Both, I suppose.
That guy in the Fleuve Cendre, why did you kill him?
For the same reason as the one I wrote out in my novel, of course. I did it to exact revenge.
The guy didn't have enemies.
I know you haven't figured out the link between the two of us. Had you done so, I'd have been taken away to the headquarters a long time ago. But that won't stop me from always remembering his grotesque face. After all, he was the one who killed my mother. You know, I was adopted as a child. I was referring to my birth mother.
That was never recorded in the orphanage's records.
Did he write the novel based off of himself?
Please forgive a 6-year-old child for concocting some lies to protect himself after watching his mother die right in front of him. I am indeed the illegitimate son of a wealthy and influential man who abused his power to murder my mother. That part was 100% real.
Yeah, so like, I mean, part of it was still from your experience.
But the man you killed didn't have a Mora to his name.
He was a hired assassin. An irredeemable beast who sank his fangs into a defenseless woman just for a few bags of Mora.
But if that's really the truth, you wouldn't be telling us any of this now. You still haven't managed to take revenge against your father, the true mastermind behind it all.
Right.
I never thought I'd hear that kind of thing from the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol.
Well, you wouldn't know she grew up in the Fleuve Cendre.
I'm simply skeptical about your motives.
It's simple, really. I've grown tired of everything and don't want to shoulder this burden anymore.
Is it because he thought he could get away when he gave them his alibi, but he realized they're getting closer to the truth? You know, it's like, I'm not gonna trouble you guys anymore, fuck it. I'm the guy who did it.
You may have considered me too soft to pull the trigger. As it turns out, you are exactly right. I've become overwhelmed by the aftermath of the murder.
So you're going to call a stop to your revenge, just like that?
The true mastermind is too rich and too powerful for me. I've accepted that I will never be able to avenge my mother alone.
You're not gonna help him, are you?
And so what? The characters in your book never gave up.
You're encouraging him?
Now, Officer Chevreuse, I'm the one who has killed a man, aren't I? Are you trying to convince me to commit another crime?
What's your father's name? How do you plan to prove the veracity of all of your claims?
Well, I'd like to speak with you privately. It has to be here. I must ensure that we won't be overheard. I would like to speak with you and you alone.
Do your thing. We can go somewhere else for now.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
Please stay safe, Chevreuse.
All right. Let's hear it.
Will you really believe what I'm about to say?
Well, that depends on what you're going to tell me.
Yeah, like I said, depends.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Are they gonna let me hear it or no?
Then listen closely.
So that's how it's all connected.
It seems you believe me after all.
Do you want me to go public with this?
No, of course not. At least, not right now.
Then why did you bother telling me?
You've read my work. What do you think? Even if you were to go public with all of this right now, he'd simply deny everything.
Something to expose the father.
It's been too long. Almost 20 years. Anything that could be used as evidence has long faded away, even if there might have been a solitary island of truth once upon a time. It has long sunk beneath the waves by now. Justice will never find him. I know that as the captain of the Special Security and Surveillance Patrol, you will always stand on the side of justice. Do you really think a cushy life in prison really constitutes justice for him? I bet he could lead an extremely comfortable life in the Fortress of Meripede.
The fortress is cozy, you know. It's not exactly a prison.
I've been observing you from a distance. Your portrayal of the Musketeer was exquisite. Pull the trigger of justice against him. Let the villain get what he deserves. What I'd like is for you to perform the deed on my behalf.
Meanwhile, not far away, do you think she would agree to that? You're telling her to go kill someone.
Sorry to keep you waiting, you two.
You said no, right?
I've already sent someone to escort Baptiste back to the headquarters for questioning. He wasn't lying about the musket. It was indeed buried in his backyard.
But what about the name? Did he tell you the name of the rich guy?
Yes, he did. But for now, I have to return to the Special Patrol. There are still a few loose ends I need to tie up.
What's going on? It feels like she's keeping something from us. Yeah, no shit. He just asked you to kill somebody on his behalf.
Alright, Paimon understands if you can't tell us everything you know. We'll just keep an eye on the Steambird then.
He should get his karma,
Actually, there's still something else I need your help with.
What? Oh? Oh?
Day 4.
We're now in Act 4.
Good morning! Ayaka and I were just talking about you.
Is Chevreuse still not joining us today?
Probably not. We haven't seen her either.
Huh? That's such a pity. Director Furina said that we've only got a few small scenes left before wrapping up the entire thing. She even said that she'll get me into a couple scenes, so everyone will have a chance to shine in front of the camera.
We were also planning on having a victory feast once we're all finished filming. You can join us, right?
Of course.
To be honest, I'm even more concerned by what I read in the Steambird earlier this morning. It said that the killer in the murder case was none other than the author of the 2 Musketeers.
They publicized it.
We didn't know about this case at all when we joined the film. Is it going to affect the reception of our work?
From a pure publicity standpoint, this will draw a lot more attention to our film. I have to say, though, that no director can be perfectly comfortable with garnering attention through means other than artistic skill.
To be fair, I feel like that ship sailed the moment you allowed yourself to be named as the director on our posters.
It's not my fault that I'm super popular. What was that saying again? My popularity has...
Sunk to an all-time low?
Spread to the 4 corners of Tibet.
Okay, poor wording choice there. Chiori. No more sinking. No more. No sinking. Gee. I can just imagine in Furina's head, it was like...
Excuse me, everyone.
Xavier! Feels like it's been ages since we last saw you.
Before we begin the final round of filming, please allow me to finally introduce you to the original investor of our film, Mr. Morris.
Why do you bring him back?
A pleasure to meet you all.
Glad to make your acquaintance, Mr. Morris. We've heard about the issues you've encountered with your financial situation, and genuinely hope that things have taken a turn for the better.
You're the person that caused us trouble, by the way.
Oh, well, the situation has indeed improved somewhat.
Don't worry, Mr. Morris. Accidents and last-minute challenges happen all the time. There's no need to blame yourself over it.
Of course you won't blame it on him. You're too good of a person, Yoimiya.
We'll mostly be filming typical people and scenery from the streets today to improve the sense of environmental ambiance in some parts of the film.
Sisters hunted down.
And there'll be a cameo for Mr. Kamisato and Miss Yoimiya as well. They'll be used to show outsider perspectives on the fates of the 2 Musketeers. Then let's start with the scenery shots. Camera and clapper loader, you're up.
Let me adjust the shots this time.
Ready? Lights! Camera! Action! Okay,
Now move the camera slowly. Try to focus on that flower.
Shot of the flower.
What's wrong? Just adjust the focal length a bit.
Take a close-up shot of the flower.
Something the matter?
The camera seems to be broken. Yeah, the whoa, it's glitching.
Huh? But wasn't it working fine for all the days before? Veronique, can we try a different camera?
Mechanical malfunctioning noises.
Don't tell me. This one is broken too.
Did someone tamper with our cameras?
Go find a workshop to get them repaired right away.
Whoa.
Oh, and you too, Bono. Go find our spare camera in the warehouse and bring it back to the set.
On it.
Maybe don't yell.
Greetings, everyone. My apologies for the delay. Is something the matter, Ayaka?
The cameras are fucked. After some time, Veronica returns with a repaired camera.
The people at the workshop told me that the part which holds the lens in place seemed to have fallen off. That's super strange. It was perfectly fine just yesterday.
Someone tampered with it.
No time to dwell on that now. Let's get back to filming. Places, everyone. Lights, camera, action.
It should work now, right?
By the way, have you heard about that recent murder case?
Yes, I have.
Person
it seems
chatting
that
in
they've
the
caused
streets.
quite the commotion in the city.
I heard that the chief of the guards is so mad about not catching the culprit that he's about to explode.
Oh? I find that quite hard to imagine, considering how he already looks most days.
They're just playing themselves.
Director, we have a problem.
Huh?
Oh, we're in the middle of a take. Couldn't you wait until we wrapped up this scene?
What happened?
No, Director, our film, all the finalized film that we've been keeping in the case has disappeared.
Huh?
Oh, wait, what did you say?
Did they just do a Vine Booms?
Mr. Bono, please take me to where the film was kept right away.
Okay, listen up. Everyone
It was
who's
the
not
same person
working
that
on
tampered
this
with the
current
cameras
scene
then.
can go with Bono to look for the film. Everyone else, stay put and wrap up the scene. Unbelievable. How could all these problems happen in just one day?
Tampering with the camera was to keep us there, so they had the time to steal it. Who steals film?
We're back.
How did it go? Did you find the film?
We found it in the sewers.
Huh? In the sewers? Is the film still okay?
We discovered it just in time, so we should still be able to salvage it.
Oh.
The others are checking now to see if we lost any specific scenes.
You scared me for a moment there. I nearly thought
Okay,
we'd
so-
lost everything. I really don't want to experience that feeling of despair again.
Okay, but who could have stolen the film and dumped it there?
Okay, we don't have time to really look into it right now. Let's strike while the iron is still hot.
Okay,
and
so
wrap
everything's
this thing
good.
up once and for all.
Yeah, let's finish it.
Lock that shit up in a safe. Nice. Even though unexpected situations really strong during the process, we were able to overcome it.
I would
Nice.
like to officially announce that our entry to the festival, The Two Musketeers, has
Oh,
now
shit.
concluded filming!
I hit my Santa hat.
Even though the filming process proved to be extremely challenging, everyone provided valuable and unique contributions to the final product. Thank you all for your dedication and support.
And just like Director Furina, I would also like to extend my most heartfelt thanks to all of you.
Good job, people.
Really, you've all helped me so much.
The lighting crew, the makeup crew, the makeup crew. It seems completely uninterested, but
All right, let's save the awards speech for later, and hopefully also
save
get
it
some
for when we get the
rehearsals in
Furina
before
awards.
the real thing.
When we get our Oscars.
Anyway, now it's time to party! Let's all make our way to the beach and have
Make
a
sure-
celebration feast so loud and fun that even the blubber beast will want in.
Make sure the films are locked up somewhere safe. Seriously. If something happens to the film now, we're kind of fucked. It's so weird. This guy just shows up on the last day.
I was thinking, if this film turns out to be a success, could I ask the two of you to stay and be a part of my crew?
I'd be more than happy to, Mr. Xavier.
Thank you for the offer, Mr. Xavier. But I've made some plans to go on a journey to the other nations once the festival is over.
Is that so? Well, then in that case, bon voyage, Miss Veronique. Please feel free to get in touch once you've returned to Fontaine.
Hey, Ayato!
Everything went rather smoothly. Thank you for your concern.
Ayato told me that we've already confirmed the dates for some Inazuma Fontaine cultural exchange events.
Ooh.
So the next time we visit, we'll be doing so in our capacities as the representatives of the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, that's great! Then maybe Paimon will be able to find Fontaine detective novels in Inazuma from now on!
Yay Publishing House is gonna cash all in on that.
The cultural exchange won't only feature literatures of both nations, of course. We have also made plans for cross-cultural engagements in the fields of gourmet cuisine, toy making, and artisan craftsmanship.
I'd love to see more Fontaine tech in Inazuma.
Oh, my darling clapper loader and camera operator. You've both worked really hard.
Paimon thinks you worked even harder than us. Honestly, Paimon was getting a little tired of playing with the clapperboard by the end of it.
What's most important is that we've wrapped the film. I'm pretty confident that we'll take first prize.
You mean the Furina award?
Hey, no need to mention the official name.
Narcissism much?
Wait, now that you mention it, if we did win the prize, would Furina just get a statue of herself?
Come on, I don't need that kind of attention. Xavier can accept the reward on our behalf.
But just imagine! Furina accepting the Furina award and holding a Furina statue.
Okay, you don't have... Yeah, Furinaception, I get it.
I'm going back to my dessert now. You all can keep discussing that on your own.
Hey, you two.
Are you not really into these kinds of big social occasions?
Yeah, clearly not.
Not particularly. But this is still better than Fontaine Fashion Week.
But if this film becomes a big hit, people will definitely come flocking to your shop.
Yes, that's highly likely. As long as the film can premiere as planned.
Jeez.
Are you still worried about the case?
That and all the obstacles we had to face today.
Which felt oddly intentional.
But why today of all days? No, it's nothing.
And they're...
We've already delivered the film to the editors, so there should be nothing more to worry about.
And they're awfully, like, they're placing him in the shots.
How are you doing, Mr. Morris? You having a good time?
Well, you could say that. Do you happen to know when the party is scheduled to end?
Judging by how much fun everyone's having, I'd say probably not until well after midnight. Is there something that you still have to take care of at home, Mr. Morris?
Oh, well, I'm just not a late night person, so I might take off shortly.
Oh no! Silly me. I almost forgot something super important. I prepared a whole batch of fireworks for the party, but I forgot to bring them over from the warehouse. Could you help me carry them over, Mr. Morris? I won't be able to fetch all of them by myself.
Me? Are you sure that you can't find anyone else?
I just wanted to make this a surprise for everyone. The warehouse isn't far from here. We'll be there in no time. Pretty please, Mr. Morris. These are some of the best fireworks I've ever made. So I also want you to see them before you leave. They're stunning. I promise that they'll be a once-in-a-lifetime experience that you'll never forget.
All right.
Right.
It's dark in here. Wait here, Mr. Morris. I think the light switch should be somewhere over here.
Why did I have to get roped into this? What was that? Who's there? Get me out! Get me out of here!
Did you really think you'd get away, Morris?
Wait. Oh, it's...
You got the wrong guy! It wasn't me! I'm not the killer!
Tim?
You know,
wait, he's the...
Eliza died a far more heroic death than this. She fought your
He's the
assassin to
dad?
the end, to save the children she
And
had
you're
hidden beneath the
going along with
floorboards.
But that's just to scare him, right? That's just to scare him with the...
That is Eliza's pendant. The one with a photo of you two inside. The one you gave her. Ring any bells?
It's a fake! It has to be! There's no way!
No way your
It's a prop.
assassin
It's a
didn't
prop gun.
destroy it, you mean?
He used the whole Yoimiya thing to scare him.
Did you ever love her, Morris? Or was killing her always the plan?
No, please. Listen to me. I told Alessa to keep us a secret. I paid her plenty for her silence. I never thought she'd keep the child. Everything was gonna come out, and I had no choice. She forced my hand. No! I'm begging you. I have money. Just name your price, please.
You can keep your Mora, and you can go to hell.
It's a blank. It's a prop. And they got the message.
I'm Captain Chevreuse of the Special Patrol.
They recorded it.
Morris, you're under arrest for Elisa's murder.
That's enough, actually. He just admitted it. They did record it. Oh.
You're under arrest too, prop manager Veronique.
What the
Or perhaps I should call you the second Musketeer.
Whoa!
What's going on? This wasn't in the script.
Huh? I mean, in the story it was two siblings. Baptiste never mentioned... What are you... his sister?
Drop the gun, Veronique.
Why? Why would you keep me from exacting revenge on this heartless monster?
Drop your weapon. This is my final warning.
Wait, can you actually block the bullet? Okay, that was impressive how she literally blocked the bullet with her musket. And you know the barrel of the gun is thin too. Who are you supposed to be?
Do I have to spell it out for you, Morris? Everything that took place just now was staged to get you to confess the truth. But this last part is all improv, of course.
Well, that going to other nations for filming thing was all bullshit, I guess.
Chevreuse, you told us you wanted us to help you stage a play. You never said anything about the second Musketeer.
I don't think anyone planned for this. Maybe you knew, but...
It's because even I had no way to confirm my theory until now. Thank you for your performance, Yoimiya. Could I trouble you to go and bring in the other Special Patrol members? They should be on standby just outside. Oh, and please tell the other cast members not to worry about us. We'll be rejoining them shortly. So what do you think, Morris? Care to talk about what happened 20 years ago with the recording we made? You have no chance of winning in court. Cooperating with us now is the most practical move.
All right. I'll talk. I hired an assassin to murder Elisa. She once worked as a maid on my family's estate. She was very beautiful, and after some time I fell for her. We kept our relationship a secret and carried out an affair for some time, but it wasn't long before she became pregnant.
Well, shit. Should have used protection. I'm just saying. Unless they never invented that and say that.
I also didn't expect Elisa to insist on bringing the pregnancy to term. She even asked me to leave my family and travel far, far away with her.
She believed that you were truly in love with her.
I didn't have a choice. I gave her a large sum of Mora, told her to leave the family and to get rid of the baby.
Oh god. That's not what she wanted to hear.
10 years later, she sent me a letter. There were photos of 2 children, and she even asked if I could find some time to visit them.
So, Veronique, or even if that's her real name, probably not. It's Baptiste's sister? Did they plan it together?
Even if she had the children against your will, you could have just ignored the letter entirely. Why kill her?
I had just gotten engaged to be married to an heiress from another wealthy family. So if anyone were to find out about Elisa, my life would be completely ruined. I didn't have a choice.
No. You always had a choice. You just made the wrong choice. Again.
Do you know how it feels to watch your mother be killed right in front of you? My brother and I were hardly even school age yet. We were hidden beneath the floorboards, grasping each other's hands like a lifeline. We were so terrified that we didn't even know we could ever take a breath. All we could do was to watch Mother try to fight back, and then collapse to the floor. Even after the assassin left, we were still too terrified to leave our hiding spot. We thought that he might come back. It was only until the next evening when we finally climbed out and gathered around our mother. But she had already become cold and stiff to the touch.
You made up your mind right then and there to bring this case to light.
Not only that, We resolved to get our revenge.
And that's why you became the Musketeers.
No, that's why I became a Musketeer. The man from before was also killed by me. My brother had nothing to do with it.
He admitted guilty to keep attention off of you.
I figured as much.
You did?
I once told these two that he didn't look like a killer to me. His confession from that night also rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah, it did. It's just so abrupt, too. Like,
I think what really tipped me off was, how could I not feel a sense of regret in him?
Huh?
He confessed faster than any criminal I've ever met, but he didn't say a single word about you. He insisted that he was the sole perpetrator in the case. But after the questioning ended, I disassembled the musket we dug up from his backyard, put it in front of him, and told him to reassemble it.
oh.
Wanna guess how far he got?
Nowhere.
He had no idea where to even start. He's never touched a gun in his life. Based on that, I determined that he was not acting alone. He only surrendered himself to draw our attention and create a moment of opportunity for his partner. So, I decided to play along. And as expected, the second Musketeer followed us without hesitation once she saw Morris get separated from the rest of the cast. Besides, why else would he call the novel The Two Musketeers?
But how did you know it was Veronique?
I figured it out the moment Baptiste told me his father's name. That so-called financial crisis was all just a ruse. He just wanted to sign up as the investor and then leave the film without any source of funding. After all, he has a vested interest in minimizing the reach of this story. It's really just the same thing as what he did to Eliza all those years ago.
Human scum.
But then Xavier pulled out all the stops and got the film made against all odds. Morris couldn't have that.
You tried to sabotage us.
With the killer in custody, he figured it was safe to act. And so he came to visit the set today, just as I expected.
Wait, so you were behind all those mishaps today?
You did a god-awful job at that.
As for the identity of the second Musketeer, I assumed they'd probably stay close to Morris and look for an opening. And if they already knew that Morris was the film's investor, then that narrowed the list of potential suspects as well. Furthermore, being the props manager would allow the culprit to avoid scrutiny by purchasing mechanical parts in the name of the crew. With that hypothesis in mind, I went back to check Baptiste's orphanage adoption records. Guess whose name I saw on the same page, just a few lines from his.
My brother. He trusted you.
As in, he trusted me to perform the deed on his behalf?
He trusted you to stand on the side of justice.
This is still murder.
I am.
You can't just cheat the law.
I thought you could do it as well. Oh, the look on your face when you told him to go to hell. I really thought you'd put a bullet in his brain. You know what he has done. Are you telling me that you'd rather see him spend the rest of his life living like a king in the fortress of Meripede?
That's the gray area, you know.
I will never be able to forget the feeling of my mother's cold, lifeless hands. And you would call this ending fair? Is this what you call justice?
I won't lie, Veronique. I did hesitate when your brother first told me about the truth. I wondered. I agonized over whether I should really put a bullet in his head.
So why don't you?
Because that should never be how justice is carried out in this world. Perhaps, to you, justice is simply reciprocated. An eye for an eye, and a life for a life.
That's not the way of the law.
But everyone has their own understanding of justice. If everyone were to pursue their own definition of it, there would be no more order in this world.
I mean, think about it. She put in so much effort to work her ranks from the Fleur of Sandra up to becoming a guard in the court. You think she'd just throw it away? I know it's not only just that, but still.
Today, you'll kill Morris. And tomorrow, his children may come for you. The world cannot render judgments based on a desire for revenge. That will only lead to a cycle of revenge.
You just
as well as the destruction of order and civilized society.
You just trigger a violent chain
Fontaine
reaction.
is founded on a set of laws and a standardized code of justice. That is why we are the nation of justice.
That's not how you do things.
But with all that said, I will promise you this. Morris will not lead a cushy life in the fortress of Meripede.
Chevreuse? The rest of the special patrol is here.
Thank you so much, Yoimiya. Letelier, Terena, please take them away.
I still can't agree with your reasoning.
I know.
Justice has not been delivered. At least, not today.
I feel like she's gonna try something reckless in prison.
Let's go. We should give an explanation to the crew.
Are you okay? I think you made the right call.
Thank you for your concern. I'm fine. I'm just thinking about the things in life that have driven people to take justice into their own hands.
You explain everything that happened. Oh boy, that's gonna be quite the explanation.
Who would have thought Morris would turn out to be... I'm at a loss of words. How could he have done something like this?
I'm just glad that you're all safe and sound. Who knew that such a labyrinth of cases would be behind this story?
Well, what should we do now? We have a finished film, of course, but should we still go ahead with the premiere?
Yeah, this film journey is quite the...
The real ending of the story seems to have deviated somewhat from the one in the script. Is that still acceptable to you, Miss Chevreuse?
The call is yours. We still have time to reshoot an ending if that's what you'd like.
No, it's fine as is. I like what we have for the catharsis. Romanticism is what gives works of art their appeal. Fiction is able to explore means of restitution that could never work in real life.
Right.
Just like the real world, the world of stories also has its own set of rules and justice. These different possibilities are what initially drew me to reading in the first place.
Sounds good to me. I support your decision. What about Veronique? Will she be okay?
She will soon face her judgment alongside her brother and Morris. If I had to guess, they'll probably all be sent to the fortress of Meripede. I'll make sure to give Risley a heads up about it.
Oh, you mean that kind of heads up?
Exactly.
Oh, catch these hands.
Ahem. All right, then the matter's settled. Now that everything's been taken care of, there's no reason for us to keep looking all gloomy and grumpy. Let's get back to the feast and enjoy each other's company. We'll be starting the post-production process tomorrow.
Traveler, Paimon, could you wait for me by the sea after the party ends? I'd like to go on a brief walk with the two of you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Sorry for the wait.
Oh, we weren't waiting long at all. Is there something else you wanted to tell us?
No, I don't have anything new to share. I just felt that since you were my investigation partners, I should have another conversation with the two of you. Traveler, how would you have responded to Baptiste's request if you were in my shoes?
I mean, we are an Outworlder, but we're also in the Nation of Justice. If we're gonna respect that, yeah, I would have done the same as you.
Is that so? Well, thanks for sharing. When I was young, my father often took me here to swim. We'd come rain or shine, even when it was freezing cold. He told me that swimming was the best activity to train one's strength of will. You could never give up before reaching the shore, especially when the water was cold.
Oh? Why's that?
Because the moment you give up would be the moment you die. At that point, I still hadn't received my vision. One winter, the chilly wind felt almost like knives on my skin, and the seawater was so frigid that it numbed my toes the moment I stepped in.
You see the two birds staring here.
I cried and begged my father to spare me from having to swim across, but he wouldn't listen. He used to be a member of the Special Patrol as well. You could say it was his way of educating his children.
That sounds awful.
When he saw that I wouldn't stop crying, he just picked me up and tossed me into the icy water. The bone-chilling cold took away my senses. I couldn't feel anything but fear and rage.
That's not safe.
I waited for my father to save me, but one look and I knew he'd already started swimming for the opposite shore. I realized that if I were to give up, I really would die right then and there.
And that's how you got your vision.
I used all of my strength to try and catch up to my father.
You got your vision once you reached the shore.
Those few minutes felt longer than my whole life up until that point. I did, however, make it to the other side.
Jesus.
I've never felt afraid about anything in my life after that. Nor have I ever cried again.
But that's traumatizing.
It's just that, working now as I am in the pursuit of justice, I still sometimes feel like I've been tossed into that winter sea all over again. The anger and the helplessness.
Chevreuse.
But the worse I feel, the more I know to never give up. The alternative would be to forever lose myself among the waves. Anyway, how about a race?
Huh.
Neither of us will drown, but we can still see who swims faster.
Wow. You hear the change in tone? Wow.
You guys go ahead. Paimon will grab the clapperboard to mark the start of the race.
Huh. Chevreuse is turning out to be such an interesting character, though. Her and Chiori, these new characters.
Whoa, that felt good.
So, about the special patrol, did you join because of your dad?
Partly, but I'd say I was more inspired by the heroes I read about in stories growing up.
Oh, so it's due to your love of stories.
Of course, it was only after I joined the Special Patrol that I learned that truth is often stranger than fiction. Come on, let's walk a bit more. To be honest, I do sometimes question whether the decisions I make are the right ones. But I know that no matter what, I must keep swimming. Because the only thing I've got my eyes on is the shore in the distance.
There we go.
Thank you for coming on this walk with me. I feel a lot better after getting all that off my chest.
You're welcome.
Huh. We're nearly back at Baptiste's house.
Huh. You're right. I didn't realize we were so close.
He really did plant a lot of flowers. It's just like how he described it in the story.
Huh? Wait. Paimon, Traveler, look! The rainbow roses in the garden. They're in full bloom now.
Huh. Just like in this story when the... Wow. Oh.
Even though it's a bit late, I must thank you for investigating this case with me. Not on behalf of the Special Patrol this time. It's a personal expression of gratitude from yours truly.
About your family.
You want to hear more about my father? To be honest, I didn't spend that much time with him. He was always busy with the Special Patrol, so he would often return home really late at night. Some nights, he didn't come home at all. Once, he didn't come home for a long time, maybe a whole week or so. And when I went out to buy food, I learned that he had become a criminal, and by extension, that made me a criminal's daughter. But we can talk about that another day.
About the case.
I actually have a lot of sympathy for Veronique and Baptiste. I can understand the hatred they feel for their father. But that doesn't mean I'll allow them to walk the path of evil, even if it might lead to another sense of justice.
About the film.
Films are different from the real world. They're a form of art and represent the wishes in people's hearts. I adore the two Musketeers, and I'm very happy to have had the opportunity to act the role as one. I can't wait to catch the film when it premieres in the Opera House. I'm looking forward to seeing the audience's reaction to the climactic ending.
They are hosting it in the Opera Epiclese. Please take care.
Thank you for looking out for me. I'll see you at the award ceremony. I'd be very surprised if we don't win.
Naturally we're gonna win. We're the main characters. The other competitors are just NPCs.
The next day.
The film has a successful premiere, and the Musket murder case also comes to an end. Do I not get to see it? Really?
Xavier, it's been a while.
We don't get to see the premiere?
Hey there, you two! Sorry I've been scarce. I've been buried in marketing and preparing the film for release ever since we wrapped post-production.
That's such a shame. I wanted to see the film.
The award ceremony is today, right? Paimon wonders if we'll win the Furina award.
I'd give it a 90% chance.
Furina!
Furina! Oh, Paimon didn't know you were already here. You're earlier than everyone else.
I'm sure the others will also be here in no time. Xavier, if we end up getting called on stage, shouldn't you come up with a name for our crew?
We don't even know if we're going to win. I wouldn't want to jinx our chances by celebrating early.
He's really still doubting this. That's hilarious. Do you not see who's in your film crew?
That's all credit to my amazing crew. You've all helped to make this a reality, so I can't be the only one asked to come up with a name. But before that, Traveler and Paimon, could I trouble you to quickly pay a visit to the Fortress of Meripede? I wanted to ask you two to invite Chevreuse to join us at the ceremony. She's one of the lead roles, after all.
Okay. It'll be a piece of cake for us.
Yep, just wait here, Xavier. And maybe try to come up with a few snappy-sounding names.
Got another errand to run?
Also, rise late!
Something like that. I'm expected at a party.
Oh yeah.
Now that's something you don't hear every day. Found a new pastime?
No, it's just a special occasion.
Chevreuse, Risley!
Festivals really do bring people together. It's been a while since I last had so many visitors at the Fortress of Meripede.
Call it the festival spirit, I guess.
T-Man. T-Man indeed.
You're here to invite me to the party, right?
Yes.
Don't worry, I didn't forget.
You coming?
Ooh, then let's head back right away! See you, Risley! Happy Fontanalia Festival!
And the same to you.
And the winner of the Furina Award for the first Fontanalia Film Festival is...
Alright, get ready guys. Prepare to be like very sarcastically surprised.
the two Musketeers!
Oh my god, no way. What? Let's go. I totally did not see this coming from 200 miles away. Wow. Oh shit. Okay, that is a very cool poster though. I wish they could have worn different outfits. Oh my god. The other competitors, they had no chance the moment a whole film crew with playable characters was part of the competition. No chance. Zero. Actually, negative. Why are you worried, Xavier?
We won? I can't believe it! I really can't thank all of you enough!
See? My takes on Fontaine's entertainment industry have never been wrong.
Now, please welcome to the stage the producer of the two Musketeers, Mr. Xavier!
Hey!
Thank you! Thank you all so much for your
How is he
recognition and
gonna-
support. While I'm up here, I would love to give special thanks to...
Vision Bearer diff. Yeah, it's like one of those short edits. Negative difference.
Time really flies, huh?
It certainly feels that way. It feels like it was only yesterday when you were teaching me to hold a musket.
It was though. I mean, for me anyway, it was yesterday.
Will you come back to Fontaine again?
Of course. I'm very fond of this city. There are so many novel and interesting things that it's been hard to keep track of them all.
What's with the delayed clap from a single person? Like,
But how about you? Would you be interested in visiting Inazuma?
that'd be. I mean, you're very purple.
I can't say the thought has crossed my mind before, but I'd be willing to consider it now.
Did you accomplish all you came here for?
Chiori.
Yes. And you should visit Inazuma again sometime.
I mean, it's your home after all.
How has Ogura and her business been?
Ah, Ogura Mio.
To my knowledge, she's doing quite well.
Tell her I said hi.
I certainly will.
I'd like to offer my thanks again to the entire cast and crew.
Thank you.
Without
Thank you.
I would have never completed this film, much less had the opportunity to be standing on this
You give
stage.
me too much credit, Xavier.
With the support of my entire crew, I would like to officially announce our film company, Musketeer Pictures.
Oh, okay, I see.
Then in that case, let's please welcome all the members of Musketeer Pictures onto the stage for a commemorative photo.
Okay.
Director Furina,
Hey.
I believe you
Any
are the
autographs
most
y'all want
deserving
coming my
person
way?
to raise this trophy.
No. There's no need. It's so embarrassing.
It's an honor the director deserves.
Yes, I agree.
I can't think of anyone better for the honor.
Just accept that you're not getting out of this.
Ready, everyone? 3, 2, 1.
Do we get to keep the picture? Oh, please tell me we get to keep the picture.
Musketeer Pictures!
I actually said something. Oh, wow. That is nice. Oh my god, she's actually smiling. Chiori is capable of smiling. Aw, and Furina holding herself. That's so cute. Not getting info. Oh my god, you're right. What the fuck? He was even enthusiastic about joining like the crew for long term. And he was left out. What the fuck?
Miss Yoimiya.
Alright, thank you, Thankwan.
We haven't had the chance to talk, but please accept my thanks for everything you've done over the past few days.
Oh, but I feel like I didn't do anything out of the ordinary.
I'm very grateful for your assistance during that special performance in the warehouse. It was always going to be somewhat risky, to engage and draw away Morris all on your own. You're only a civilian and have never been trained to act in such a dangerous situation.
Don't say it like that. As the director's assistant, it was my duty to help out the crew however I could. It was an honor to help you solve the case. I have to admit, though, my heart was thumping super hard the entire time I was laying on the ground. I was scared that everyone would notice. Oh, and before I forget, if you ever visit Inazuma, please come and pay a visit to Naganohara Fireworks. I'll make some fireworks for you. I even know what shape I'd make.
I'm guessing a musket.
Telling you now would ruin the surprise. If you really want to see it, just come and visit me.
Thanks to Ayato sacrificing his role, they've established like the Inazuma and Fontaine relations, right?
Lady Furina, please allow me to take just one more photo of you. I would also love to get your autograph.
Oh my god.
Just as a memento of our time together on the crew.
You're gonna make her more embarrassed than she already is.
Hey, I've had enough of the camera flashes from when we were all up on stage.
But, Lady Furina, you are the best director I've ever met.
I second
the
that.
most photogenic maiden in all of Fontaine.
I second that.
This kind of lively and celebratory setting is exactly where you shine. I believe all photographers would agree. Come, the brightest star of our land. Show us your light. The camera is
Bathe in the
waiting to
publicity.
sing praises of your beauty.
Well, I'm flattered, but
Just enjoy it for today, Furina.
all right. I'll humor you and try a few more different poses, but I don't have to hold the trophy, right?
Of course. You may pose however you like. Thank you so much.
Do a flip.
Thank you so much. By the heavens, my luck has been beyond belief. I'm having a hard time coming to terms with it now.
How about coffee?
Oh, I didn't expect to meet you here.
About your drink.
I've been told that this is a beverage called Fanta.
Oh.
I quite like its unique taste. The slogan, a font of refreshment, is rather catchy as well. I'm starting to wonder if I could incorporate it into our cultural exchange initiative.
Inazuman flavors of Fanta? Lavender melt, would that work?
What would happen if we were to add some sprigs of mint into Fanta? I believe this is an idea worth testing. Or perhaps we could even take it one step further and mix in an equal amount of milk tea medley.
What the fuck? About the film.
Thanks to you, the film was successfully completed and the Yashiro Commission secured a collaboration project with the Palais Monia. If another opportunity was to arise in the future, perhaps I should take on the chance to act as the protagonist. Or perhaps you think the role of villain would fit me better.
Have a safe trip home.
Thank you for the well wishes. I will take good care of Ayaka and Yoimiya. I would like to wish you safe travels on your next journey as well.
It's you. Is there something I can help you with?
About Chiori Boutique.
Thanks to you,
shit.
we were also able to premiere the film in time. Its success has increased the reach of my brand.
But we didn't really do anything.
There's no need to be humble. You helped Xavier and Chevreuse, and even Kirara's told me many good things about you. They are all my friends. You've done far more than what you give yourself credit for.
About your work.
I am merely a fashion designer. I don't have anything else I moonlight as. But when you run a business, it's inevitable that as you make more friends, you'll also encounter all sorts of thorny issues. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. It's just the common sense of business.
About the film.
Xavier's over the moon now that he's actually won the Furina Award. Maybe I'll actually find him in the fountain the next time I see him. The demand for couture at my boutique has also increased. So much so that I don't have enough staff to handle it. Looks like I'm one step closer to achieving my dream. Anyway, you will always be welcome at Chiori Boutique. I would love to see you both again at the upcoming Fontaine Fashion Week as well.
You're actually walking. Whoa.
I'm so glad we were able to complete the film. Thanks for taking care of me while I was here.
Your acting was brilliant.
Really? Thank you. At first, I simply tried to work hard out of a desire to not become a burden to the crew. It would have been so embarrassing if the filming had to stop to accommodate my lack of skills.
You were beyond expectations.
But Director Furina was both patient and knowledgeable. And Chevreuse and Elaine taught me a lot about the scenes and details. It was all thanks to their help that I was able to grow comfortable with the role. And even with all of that said, I still got a little flustered with praise. Especially since everyone, including you, were complimenting me at the end.
Well, that's because you were just that good. Did you have a good time?
Yes. I visited many places with Yoimiya in between the filming sessions. The elegant streets, the beautiful flowers and greenery, and the dreamlike underwater world. Everything I saw will shine like stars in my memories. It also brings me joy to think that perhaps you've marveled at those exact wonders as well.
Thank you for your hard work, Ayaka.
It's nothing at all.
I'm praising her again.
I don't often have the opportunity to wander out into the world like this. Not only did I make many new
I just realized she's not looking at me.
I also picked up many new skills from everyone around me. I will cherish this experience greatly. And I'm also going to bring some conch back to the Yashiro Commission as a gift.
That's weird.
If we could enjoy them with some coffee, perhaps it'll feel as if I'd never left Fontaine at all.
Have a safe and relaxing trip home.
Thank you for looking out for me. Please do take care of yourself during your adventures as well. If the stars align, we'll see each other in Inazuma again.
And that's that. Okay. That was the conclusion to 4.3's main flagship event story, titled Roses and Muskets. All in all, we still ended off on a good note, which is what I'm happy with. Still much better. It's much better compared to, Thelxie, as in we didn't get traumatized as much. For something like this one would still pass off as being cheerful in a place like Fontaine. Furina's happy, the whole crew's happy, everyone had a good time, minus, we had to do the whole murder investigation, expose the Morris guy. But yeah, very, very fun event. And next patch, we will be looking forward to Lantern Rite and possibly our first interlude. I don't know what they will be. Hopefully Daneslave or something in regards to the Harbingers / Arlecchino. But yeah, very cool, fun event. Until then, for those of you on YouTube, thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought about it down in the comments, and see you next episode. Goodbye.